Do, 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 do. All right. Okay, so how do I get back into approaching after a long time being in a relationship? I feel like my confidence is in the gutter and I have approach anxiety all over again. Oh, 1 second. The 23.5 should be the bit rate. 1 second. Why does 23,500 for this one? Strange. It's telling me my bit rate isn't high enough. But yeah, so if you are... One second, I'm hearing some static. Let me fix the audio. I'll answer your question in a second. I'm just checking the stream real quick. I'll answer the questions. Don't worry. Yeah, I got some fucking static. Huh, haven't had that in a while. I haven't had that in a long time. Let me unplug shit. Oh, it's just the gain. It's just the gain's too high. It's just way too fucking high. Okay. All right, I got that figured out. Okay, so long time of being in a relationship. So I want you to just think of it like you think of anything else. I mean, try your best to, if you have questions about dating, try to use a metaphor of something else or a comparison of something else. It's not always super clean of a connection, but like going to the gym. Okay? How do I get strong again if I haven't been to the gym in a long time? There you go. It seems like it's not like a stupid question. I'm not trying to insult you, but it ends up being silly. It's like, oh yeah, just go back to the gym. Take it slow. The only way you avoid this is if, like, you were once so good, coming back is, like, whatever. Like, once you've had 10,000 hours in something, like, you could come back, 50 years later and, it'll take you a quick minute, but, you remember so fucking much. But you haven't really done it all that much, You're very young and you barely did anything in pickup. So you really weren't anywhere in the first place. So you're like, oh my God, I lost all the... I mean, you really weren't doing anything in the first place. You barely even started. So for you, I would just act like you're a beginner all over again. Yeah, approach anxiety, because you don't know... Approach anxiety goes away forever for the most part when you know that you're going to succeed. Eventually. Like, once you've gotten to a place where you know you're going to be fine. You know you're going to succeed. It just doesn't really come around anymore. Otherwise, approach anxiety is just about momentum. Or managing it. You always have to manage it. But it'll really go away for the most part, not 100%. But for the most part, once you've had enough success, then you're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Hey, Dink Frank. Nice to meet you, buddy. Okay. From Colombia. Cool. Fundamentals are important. How important is facial looks itself, being handsome? If two guys have A and B, everything, status, game, height, money, etc., but guy A is handsome and guy B is average, what percentage does guy A have over guy B? It depends what kind of handsome he is. Like, is he just obviously more good looking? I mean, everyone has tastes. Like, an ex-girlfriend of mine, one of her hottest guys for her was Jason Statham. Just did it for her. She's like, he's the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life. And then I showed my girl told my girl that, and she's like, oh my God, he's disgusting. Like, I don't like him at all. So what do you mean by handsome? Right? Does that girl think he's handsome? Then he's going to have a pretty strong edge. Yeah. But he's going to have a starting... It's like being in a race and you get put at the number 1 spot. Or you get seeded in a tournament. Right? Are your chances higher? Yeah, of course. If you get seeded in a tournament and you don't have to play in the pools to qualify, well then yeah, I mean you have a better shot because you have less chances to lose. But the guy who starts in the pools, he kind of has a chance. He can get more momentum. So you wait for him, and he comes, after 6 wins in a row, and he's got warmed up. He's gotten some confidence. Maybe he's figured out some, matchups that he's not really that good at. Maybe he learned something new. Who knows? And then he comes in, and he's just rolling on this momentum, and you were just sitting pretty. This is why it's so hard to defend titles in UFC and MMA. Because once you've been up there, you don't really have the hunger. It's kind of hard to mimic that hunger you had when you weren't champion. And once you are champion, I mean... But what's typical beauty standards, my dog? But it doesn't matter, right? I know what you're trying to say. Yes. Okay, sure. Yeah, if he's better looking, yes, he's going to have an advantage. Yes, it helps a lot. Yeah, what do you want me to say? Yes, it helps a lot. Okay, now what? Now what do you do? These questions are fucking annoying. Because, I mean, what does it matter? Are you asking because you're good looking or because you're not? And if you're not, okay, great. What are you fucking bitching that some guy is going to get your girl? Like, what's the goal of the question? The goal of the question is, why? Why do you care? Like, why do you really care? Does it help you to know? The only reason I talk about things like this is just to have you understand, and then from there you still have to, does being tall help? Yeah. Does having a big dick help? Yeah. Does being rich help? Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. But it can also become a weakness in certain situations. Having money can become a weakness because, you're kind of soft now. You got a bunch of money. You're used to things going your way. Or you start relying on it because you think it makes you fucking cool. I have clients who have money and it fucks with their game. They do dumb shit because they have money. Well, you should get called cute at times. Really handsome. Had girls crush from grade school to after work. Okay, and what are you doing about it? Are you asking them out? But I feel being very good looking, super easy to get girls. Okay. Effortless of good, super good looking. Okay, Dank. All right, I'm about to prove here. I want to ask you a question. Right? I want you to stay on the line. Stay here for a second. I want to show you something. Let me fucking show my window. All right. Hey, Frank. Do you think this guy is good looking? Do you think this guy would be considered like you would think that he's whatever? Just straight up. What do you think? Okay. That's my best friend. He's like a fucking Chad of Chads. Best friend. Yes. Do girls thirst after him? Yeah. Does he fuck up with them? Yeah, because he's retarded. I've seen him lose girls. I've seen girls like thirsting after him, but then he doesn't know what to do with it, and he loses them. I've literally seen it in real life because he's my fucking best friend. He's a dumb gypsy when it comes to girls sometimes. I love him to death. He's like one of the best people I've ever met in my life. He has so much potential, but guess what? He fucks up. He's had girls literally proposition him for sex and he fucked it up. So was it easy? Yeah. But did he just naturally get that body? No, he worked for it. Was he born with that height and looks? Yeah. But guess what? He earned it because he had good karma. He did good things in his past life, so he deserves it. So even if you're born good looking in this life, you worked for it. But it's not enough because you need game. You fucking need game. If you don't have game, you're going to lose girls. He's had a few instances where girls absolutely threw themselves at him and he knew what to do with it and he fucking got it. But you know where it doesn't help you? Relationships. There's guys like this who struggle in relationships. Because once a girl's been fucking you, and it becomes normal, it's less of a irreplaceable thing. Excuse me. I just ate. So it doesn't matter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your question doesn't matter. You're either going to use it as, maybe you're using it just because you're curious. That's fine. But really underlying that curiosity, you are looking for either an excuse or something. So just focus on getting good game. If girls like you, ask them out. Try to fuck them. If I fucked every girl who liked me, I'd have fucking 5,000 lays. Or, you know. Do you think there are girls who take very long to respond because they are extremely introverted, or is 100% assigned to disinterest due to auto rejection or attainability problems? Well, I mean, attainability problems and her being shy kind of would go hand in hand, right? So if you haven't done a good enough job to make her feel, you know, to make her feel like, you know, not so nervous, you know, yeah, she might hesitate to respond because she, like, you know, she feels intimidated by you. But yeah, I mean, yes, the answer to your question is yes. She could be really introverted, and that would obviously affect, you know, her. But texting, texting is a little bit easier. Like, even the most shy person can text, you know? I'm insecure about looks. Okay, well then this question is a waste of time for you. Just go start asking girls out. Like, just start taking action. You're never going to be convinced out of your insecurities. It's impossible. You have to have results that counter them. This is the last answer I'm giving you regarding this. If you ever ask a question like this again, you're banned. Just shut the fuck up and go start talking to girls. The next question you ask has to be action oriented. Anything else is a waste of time, and it's fucking annoying. I'm being harsh for a reason. I'm not being harsh to make you feel bad. I'm being harsh to get you fucking focused. Okay. But yeah, yeah, I mean, girls could not respond over text because of, you know, their own personality stuff. You know, you can't put 100% on you responsibility of like, oh, I should have made her feel more comfortable. I mean, yes, ideally, but I mean, yes, some girls' personalities are going to affect their behavior. But usually girls, I would say it'll affect her behavior in person more than text, because over text, even the shyest person can, you know, grow some balls. How do you get friends with benefits when you are upfront about it? Only being casual, most women aren't interested. It's the way you're phrasing it. And it's because you don't offer a good enough package to only, like, this is weird to say, but in order to be a lover, you have to be even better than a boyfriend. Because what she's essentially doing is she's like, I'm throwing away my bargaining power, which is sex, right? I use that bargaining power to get a relationship because guys are willing to commit to me because they're that attracted to me. They're willing to throw away their sexual freedom to be with me. If she's willing to just fuck you casually, she says you're hot enough to literally be impregnate me, but like with a very high possibility of not going further with me. Isn't that funny? Like, you actually need to be even more high value than a boyfriend. So if girls are not interested about you being upfront about casual sex, it's because you don't provide enough value to have casual sex. Also, the way you're presenting it is probably like, hey, I'm only interested in something casual. Well, that just comes off like an insult. It doesn't come off as like, oh, I want to be a lover. It just comes off as a fucking insult. How do you bring up a sexual idea and get her to be more sexually adventurous with you? Are you already sleeping with her? You should already be sleeping with her. Doing sex talk before you fuck a girl is really hard to do. I mean, I did it, but, I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. It was really difficult, and I lost a lot of girls because of it. But if, like, you're fucking a girl, the best time to do it is when you're having sex or, like, just after you have sex. Like, if you're interested in threesomes, you should, like, broach the topic a little bit, and then as you're fucking, be like, oh, it'd be so hot to, like, as you're, like, pounding her, be like, it would be so hot to, like, watch you eat a girl's pussy. Or I would love for another girl to be in here and for her to just watch me take you. Like, start to make it fun. My question for you is, if you open on a set of two friends, but then realize that the one you were going for has a guy, do you switch over to the other girl who's just good looking, even though she saw you game her friend? Yeah, I've had this happen before, and I actually had a client do it recently. He talked to he talked to one girl that he liked, but she said she had a boyfriend, and then he left. I was like, why don't you just switch? He's like, oh, well, I was flirting with her first. I'm like, so? I've been on a date with a girl after hitting on her friend because she had a boyfriend, and then I just switched. I was like, well, you're pretty cute. You want to go on a date? Now, she did put up a little bit of a wall, but I went around it because they were hosting like a workout class. And I went to it because she invited me. She's like, well, if you want to go on a date with me, come to this workout class. I was like, okay. And I showed up, and she was so surprised. And she was really flirtatious because it showed some effort, right? And then we went on a date. The date didn't go well because of some other reasons. She showed up, and then she was on the first floor, but I forget that in Europe, the first floor is like the second floor, not the ground floor. And I was like, where is she? And then like 30 minutes later, I've understood that she was upstairs. So I went upstairs, but like she thought I was standing her up. So she was kind of on guard the whole date. It was a really shitty date. But I literally approached her friend during day game. Or I remember another girl, I was in Prague, and I complimented her. And as soon as I complimented her, she's like, hi, thank you. I have a boyfriend, but you should talk to my friend. And introduced me to her friend, and I ended up kissing her. And I could have pulled her. I just didn't know what I was doing. I was a bit of a pussy. So yeah, it's fine. Just switch. Literally just switch. Just be shameless about it. But you might have to warm her up a bit, but just be shameless. What is your opinion on pattern interrupts in the 4 times rule? Pattern interrupts. I don't know the 4 times rule and the pattern interrupt. I mean, pattern interrupting is like in conversation. Like if someone's just kind of going on, you interrupt, and it can break up the monotony. It's fine. It's great. I mean, you shouldn't use it a lot, or it becomes fucking annoying. Did you use glasses in your college days when picking up chicks? Yeah, I had glasses. I finally figured out I needed glasses in, I think it was the end of freshman year or sophomore year. Because I went out one night drinking, and I was walking, and some people drove up. And like, hey, Hector. And I turned, and I could not see the car, like any faces. I was like, they're like, hey, Hector. I'm like, I have no idea who you are. Like, it's so blurry. And I was like, all right, I need to get fucking glasses. And then I got glasses. Like, wow. Yeah. I mean, in high school, I used to have to squint. But I always thought to myself, no, you have 20/20 vision. No, you have 20/20 vision. You don't need it. Like, no, I definitely needed it. Why do you? It doesn't matter. Just wear glasses. Why do you promote Buddhism even though it was debunked by Adi Shankar? It was not debunked. Is that Shankara, the jewel of what is it? Adi Vedanta non-dualism. It was debunked. It wasn't debunked. I don't. That's a very foolish thing to say. Yeah, this isn't a Buddhism channel. Like, I occasionally talk about Buddhism, but this is a dating channel. So if you want to talk about religion, go somewhere else. But Buddhism wasn't debunked by Shankara. That's a ridiculous statement. it's such a stupid comment. Like, if you're gonna make an argument, make an actual argument. Like, don't rely on some other dude and suck his dick. Like, make the argument yourself. Say Buddhism is wrong because of X and Y. This is fucking retarded. Let's say the girl likes dark humor. She's an INTP. And I like deprecating jokes on everyone. Should I reciprocate on dark humor and depreciating humor with... Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah, if she's into dark humor, then yeah. Return it. If you like it. If it's the type of humor then you like, yeah. If you don't, then, don't return it, but yeah. Oh, the 4 times rule was ask her 4 times before you take a no. Oh, like you persist 4 times? I mean, why 4? You could go 10 times, 15 times. Like, until she walks away or leaves, I mean, you should keep trying. But don't be an idiot. Don't just, like, keep bashing your head against the wall. Try different ways. I know she's got insecurities. Everybody has insecurities. But she's kind of a tomboy. Yeah, if she's kind of a bro, then you should treat her more like a bro. But you still need to treat her sexually. Here's an action-oriented question about fashion. Should I really wear slacks and dress shirts when I day game? Yeah, I think it's the best way. I think you look really good. Why wouldn't you? You don't have to. I'm just saying it helps. I mean, girls really do, like when you look good. I mean, can I do a collared shirt? I mean, yeah, you can. If you look good, it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have to, like, follow exactly what I'm saying. You can wear jeans and a hoodie and still look good. It depends on your fashion sense. If you wear cool jeans and that, like, are distressed and they look good, and then a cool jacket, then yeah. That's fine too. It just depends. Like, most guys, in my experience, who wear golf shirts and jeans, they look very average. They just look like, but at least when you wear, like, a button down and slacks, like, you look like you're trying. It definitely looks better on average. What does it mean when a girl says she's trying to get her life together during a conversation with her? What does it mean when a girl says she's trying to get her life together during a convo with her well before going for the number? I got the number. Is it a slight soft rejection? It depends what she was referring to. If you're like, hey, you want to get a coffee sometime? And she's like, well, I'm really trying to get my life together right now. Well, yeah, that's in direct response to you asking her out. So that's a soft rejection. But you said she's talking about it before the number. Maybe she's just confessing to you that, it could be that you make her feel very comfortable. And she might just be like, when you make girls comfortable, they'll just start confessing stuff to you. Like, people will be very open to you because most people are struggling to find someone to express themselves to. Okay, let's open up the Zooms. It's the difficulty with these is, you don't get a lot of context, but doing coaching for an hour is exhausting. So there's the Zoom session if you want to come in and ask a question. You get 1 question. Do you find Instagram to be more reliable to get women to message you more, or just getting the number straight up? Phone number usually. It's a little more personal when they give you their phone number, but Instagram is fine. Instagram is just fine. Like, I have more dates by messaging through Instagram than regular text, but it may be because of the whole green box and the blue box and texting. Like, you see that when you get a girl's Instagram, you tend to get more dates. I mean, are you sure it's just not confirmation bias? Are you split testing it? And, like, or not split testing, but, like, rigorously testing it? Like, is it a 10-to-1 ratio? But do you have a higher sample size of Instagram? I really see no reason why it should be greater. To be fair, it was also after I read your texting book, which is pretty fucking good. Well, there you go. Okay. So you read a book that helped you with texting, and then all of a sudden you started getting more dates. Well, sounds like you just got better at texting. Guys, I have a Zoom session open. You get free coaching. I mean, if you're not aware, I charge $1,000 an hour for coaching over the phone. And I'm going to be increasing the price soon. So, if you're not asking questions on here, you're literally throwing away free gold. So, quit being a pussy, get on Zoom and ask a question. Free Zoom call in the description. You got 23 minutes here. What's your current thoughts on pickup now? You feel like it'll ever go back to pre-2016 levels where everyone at least made an attempt to get good? I mean, yeah, eventually. Eventually people are going to get tired of fucking sucking. I mean, nothing stays the same forever. Right? There's a time where everyone's grinding and then there's a time where everyone's burnt out. But also I just think it was more. I mean, who knows, dude? It's so many different factors. I mean, could you see it as, oh yeah, from 2000, since the game was released to like, mid 2000, the red pill started coming around in like 2013, 14, I remember. And then it really started to pick up like 2016, 17, yeah. So in those 10 years were people actually trying, and then they got butthurt because they weren't getting the results they wanted, and then they, just resorted to traditional masculine behaviors because they'd rather be bros than fuck bitches. Sure, maybe. Like, and the forums and kind of dried up from the website where it was before. I mean, yeah. You need new blood to keep things going. You always need like a superstar on the forum. So that was me when I was really going hard on the forum. I put blood into it. People like felt like it was alive. And then I stopped posting because I didn't see it was a bunch of effort for a little return. It wasn't really worth my time. But I did promise Chase once a month I'll go on there and answer a bunch of questions. No one's coming. No one is coming. All right, Zoom is still open. I'll be here for 18 more minutes. If I work at a clothing store in Uber, how can I attract the customers without getting in trouble? Uh, they have to make the moves on you. Like, they have to be pretty clearly flirting with you. You have to let them do the work. You can't push it. So Uber, if you're driving, you kind of got to let the girl, like, she starts conversation with you. You can always ask, like, basic, you can always kind of ping it, like, she gets in and be like, oh, hi, how's your day going? Oh, pretty good. How are you? Oh, yeah, going. And see if she continues conversation. And then if she stops, you can ask one more question. Like, oh, you got any fun plans for the week or the weekend? And then if she bites and starts talking, then okay. And then I would wait till the end of the ride to ask her out. Be like, hey, well, I hope you have a great day. And then say, I got to be upfront. I think you're really beautiful. Would you want to get a coffee sometime? Because you don't want to ask during the ride. Because then if she rejects you, it's kind of awkward. Make her feel uncomfortable. Clothing store, she's got to be pretty. She's got to make it obvious. I remember the Mountain days. Yep, I was getting into pickup around the same time, but then I got a girl around a month before COVID, and I just got out of it a few months ago, so I'm still getting back into. Oh, wow. Yeah, so you were in a relationship for like 3 years. Well, I hear that from a lot of guys. Usually the relationships end around this time. Summer's coming. Relationships usually end around summer, and relationships usually start around August, September. Oh, we got a Zoom. Oh, what's up? What's up, Andrew? How are you, man? Okay.
But I just want to put like more context. I'm not too sure if you knew who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is that so do
Wait,
you
wait.
remember my circle?
What question did you ask in the chat?
If a girl mentions that she's working on her life early on in the conversation.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So give me the context.
So yeah, the girl I was a story from last time. So the girl we met at a sort of like this event or whatever, and then we did like a fitness test, shuttle run.
Wait, is this the girl from last time?
Yes, yes. But I completely forgot about that information. I thought it was a key information, but I completely forgot about it.
Oh, okay. So let me go over the context again. You met her at like the police training, and
Hmm.
then you asked her about like certain certifications or some training shit, and then she's like, "Oh, I can give you my number." And then you're like, "Okay." So you got her number. She texted you all the information. Then you tried to kind of make it more personal, but then you asked her out and she didn't respond.
No, and I didn't answer her at that point. She didn't respond to my initial
Oh
question.
yeah, you were like, "How?" Oh yeah, you texted her after that and said,
when
how's
are you applying?
yeah, when are you applying for the police job? And then she didn't respond. And I said it's probably because maybe she's not going to do it anymore, so she felt embarrassed. Um, so during the conversation, she said she's trying to get her life together. So yeah, it sounds like her life is not all together. So it sounds like she's kind of like, I want to do it, I don't want to do it. I want to do it, I don't want to do it. So she probably decided not to do the police academy. That's
Okay.
that's why she didn't respond. But I see what you're saying. Like, was that a hint that she was rejecting me? No, it's more. I think it's just a hint that her life is in shambles. I think if you asked her out and then she directly responds to it with like, I'm trying to get my life together, then what she's
Yeah.
saying is, I'm trying to get my life together, so I'm not interested right now.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I thought, but I wasn't totally sure. So
Yeah,
thanks for
yeah,
confirming.
yeah, yeah. How long has it been since you talked to her?
Um, well, the last message was on the 29th or like March.
Oh, so it's been a couple weeks. I would hit her up, be like, hey, um, just checking in to see how you are. It's kind of hard to ask her out because you never asked her out. Um,
Yeah, the 26th.
I would,
Just the,
I would kind of, I would Hail Mary it. I would be like, because there's two options here. One, you can be like, hey, just checking on you, see how you are. But the problem is, it might look like you're still talking about this police shit. So
yeah.
that's why I kind of think you should be direct. Be like, hey,
Mhm.
I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to reach out and see how you're doing. I was actually wondering, if you wanted to grab a coffee sometime because I thought you were pretty cute. And I never got the chance to really ask you because we didn't talk too much. So something like that. It's a bit of a fucking Hail Mary and it has a very low chance of working because it isn't good when a girl leaves you unread.
Yeah,
And you didn't make any of the conversation, man to woman at all.
yeah.
So it might not even be there. She might not even be interested, right?
Hmm.
So it's not the best situation. So I would say definitely just send that text, but then I would say put your efforts elsewhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, go do it. Did you do any day game,
Nah, man, no time right now.
brother? You got time to talk to me
Yeah.
right now,
Bro, I'm tired, bro. Throughout this week,
man.
busy. I know, I know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know,
yeah,
I know,
yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. Tired. Blah blah blah.
I
Brother,
try,
everybody has time. Let me ask you a question. If
yeah.
homegirl texted you, "Hey Andrew, I want to suck your dick on Tuesday night. You free?" What are you saying?
Honestly, I work at night, so
Okay, I want to come over at noon and suck your dick. What are you saying?
yeah, probably,
Exactly,
yeah. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
yeah,
probably, yeah.
exactly, exactly. So missing me with this fucking I'm fucking busy bullshit, right? I got clients say that all the time. They're like, oh yeah, I'm kind of I'm tired, I'm busy. Oh well, if homegirl texted you and said, hey, fuck me in my ass and then come on my friend's face and you can fuck us both. What are you saying? Oh yeah, I'll be there right now. So you just don't want to do the work, and that's fine. It's understandable. Totally get it. Everyone feels the same way. It's not special, but you're not fucking tired. You're just not motivated.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, like from
No, I don't want to hear anything. Just go do day game, brother. Go do day game. Go do approaches. Go do 5 approaches. You're not allowed to ask me a question until you do 5. Actually, you know what? One approach. You can do one approach and you can ask another question in the future. One fucking approach, brother. One. That's all I'm asking. One.
damn, bro, I have to
You
go to
think
the
you
mall and shit like that. Well, yeah, I'll do it.
Bro, do you go buy groceries? Do you have your groceries delivered to you?
No, yeah, I go out to buy my groceries.
Okay,
The
then you
problem,
can approach a girl while you're at groceries, man. You don't have to make it some fucking like mission. I'm not telling you to fucking go to Iraq, right? I'm just saying, like, approach a girl. Excuse me, hi, I saw you over here. I thought you were really cute. I wanted to
see,
come
here's
introduce
the,
myself. Well, here's the what deal, brother.
no, 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 listen, no, no, listen. I remember you say you should coach girls you find attractive,
Okay, you don't find
and
girls
sometimes I don't.
attractive.
A lot of times I don't find. Well, I find girls attractive, but like I find like I don't know if maybe my standards are too high or whatever, but like I don't see a lot of the
Yeah,
girls
it's
that
always the new
like.
guys that have high standards. It's always the fucking dudes who have no pussy that like oh, I want the best. It's because you're looking for girls with like you see girls as like, "Oh, she's going to be a potential like girlfriend." But that's not how dudes who get pussy think. They just think, "Oh, nice pussy. I want to fuck it." That's how they think. The girlfriend concerns are after. You think like a
Mhm.
girl. You think every girl, oh, will she make a good girlfriend? That's why you're having so high standards. Bro, just approach her because she's cute.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yo, Josh.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Hector? I was actually like asking the questions in the YouTube comments too.
Which one?
The one that was talking about the Instagram and the two set girls and all that.
Oh, like if you want to switch on them?
Yeah, but
Okay.
like currently, I'm like in Japan right now for like a little vacation, and I've just
Okay.
been noticing something that's like I'm like 29 right now, but I got like a baby face that sometimes gives me that appearance of being like under 21.
Yeah.
And like in a little bit, I'm gonna go for a new job that's gonna require me to cut my facial hair for like a couple of months. So I'm just thinking, when you like have that going on, like what do you do to like get around that, especially when you like older women and they keep on viewing you as like a kid sometimes, even though you act mature.
So I mean, obviously I look like a fucking 18-year-old. So the thing is you just if you act there's two ways around it. One is you just embrace that you kind of have a boyish energy and girls are going to see you that way, but just be really sexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have sexual energy and you're asking them out, well, that's a sign of a man. So she's going to treat you like a man, right? I've had really
Yeah.
like professional, serious women, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. And I give them kisses on the cheek and I'm just like having fun. And then they just melt because because at the end of the day, I'm treating them like a girl. So they treat you like a
Mm.
man. That's one way you can do it. The other way is like you do act a little more serious and kind of more stoic, and it'll balance you look like a boy but you have a man energy. That is one way you can do it, but most of the time that comes off way too try hard, and then you're gonna be so busy trying to act cool and tough that you just don't make your moves because you're afraid of getting rejected. Whereas the first way, it's just like, all right, fine, I look like a little boy, but I'll fuck you like a man, right? If you just have that attitude and you act sexual, then you have a much better chance of her. The problem is you're judging things as a guy. So when you think of what's attractive, you think of what's attractive to you as a man. So, if someone doesn't look like a Spartan or like a fucking, hulking mammoth, you don't see it as like manly. But that's not the female perspective. I mean, look at Timothy Chalamet. He's fucking Kylie Jenner, right?
I'm so glad you brought him up because I remember every time I see him,
Yeah.
I think the same thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but
but
I
but
also
but
saw him in the interviews and like,
right.
wow, he could really talk.
Yeah, I mean he's charismatic. He speaks multiple languages, but he's super girly, boy looking. So Kylie Jenner was fucking all the thug guys, right? And so traditionally masculine guys, and then all of a sudden she's fucking the most feminine man you can imagine, right?
Yep.
So there you go. Girls like both. They're down with both. But honestly, the most attractive overall is more feminine guys, but who are willing to fuck them. Like the fact that the only reason guys stupidly think that like the most attractive guy is like a Spartan looking motherfucker is because they're looking at it as a man. So they're thinking who can win in a fight. They're not thinking who's more sexy to women. Now, do some women like the super hyper masculine looking guys? Yeah, of course, right? I'm not saying it's unattractive. I'm just saying that in my experience, the biggest players are the more feminine guys because they can connect with women better.
You know what's funny? I actually have I'm able to connect with people. I just always occasionally get in my head with the whole kid thing because I remember I was on a date. Like I like MILFs personally, like older women, and like I know with the baby face, I can actually be able to pull college girls like because most people they're not gonna be like, oh wow, this guy looks way too old. Why is she with her? So
Yeah.
like going after like 19, 20, like very
Yeah.
early 20s, most people don't even care.
Yeah.
But like if I'm with like let's say it's a woman that's older, but on a date and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
I had this one incident where this guy tried to come in, like this older looking guy. Like I was able to handle myself, but I'm just like, why the fuck would he come in? Well, he just thinks I'm like this guy, this girl, this woman's like
Yeah,
kid or
yeah.
something.
But this is in Japan that this happened?
Oh no, this is like actually in New York.
Oh, it's in New York. Okay, I was about to say they're probably just being racist if it's in Japan, because the
Oh no,
Japanese are
honestly,
incredibly racist, right?
wait, that's the funny part. It's my first time coming here, but they have been like I'm a like 5'9", 5'10" black guy,
Yeah,
but I have like really I keep like my appearance good. I always make sure
yeah,
to carry myself well. So
yeah.
most of the Japanese women have been very friendly. They've
The
been really cool.
women
Like
have been friendly. I'm talking about the men.
ah, I didn't really
Yeah.
worry about them.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying is you said a guy came in, so I was like, in Eastern cultures, like in Korea and Japan, like I've heard stories of like guys will actually come up and interfere with sets because they're incredibly racist, right? No, of
Yeah,
course, the women love men from other countries, right? If you go to Africa as a white guy, they're gonna love you. If you go to Japan as a white guy or a black guy, they're gonna love you. If you go to America as a K-pop looking pretty boy, they're gonna like you. Women always have loved foreign guys, right? So it's never the
yeah.
women that have a problem with foreign guys because they're always looking for, oh, that's interesting, it's new, it's exotic. It's always the guys who don't like foreign guys, right? Because obviously, statistically, most people are attracted to their own race and culture. So then they like their own women the best, but then they see, like when I was running around in Romania, I was mostly hanging out with Middle Eastern and African guys. So, they got these Latin guys, this fucking Middle Eastern guys, and these black African guys coming in. Yeah, I mean, these girls were eating it up because it was exotic and fun, right? But the Romanian guys didn't like that shit because it's their land, so they're defensive. But no, girls always love it. But when you said that someone came in and started interfering, I assumed it was in Japan. But if it was New York, that happens too. I mean, guys are defensive everywhere. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're in their country or in a foreign country. They're gonna be fucking defensive. But it's because you don't pose like I had a different guy on a live stream on Girl Chase, and he said he gets interrupted a lot at clubs. Guys will often come up and I asked, well, are you like not very intimidating? He's like, no, I'm like 5'8", kind of a normal looking guy. I don't know how to fight. I'm like, yeah. So if the guy thinks he can take you without much of a fight, he's gonna interfere. So if you want guys to stop thinking they can fuck with you, it's not about if you look like a boy or not. It's about if you look tough.
Oh,
Like,
wait, I gotta just like give a little piece on that part. So
yeah.
I'm fake Muay Thai, so I know how to fight.
Yeah,
And
but
I
do
have
you
pretty
have that aura? But do you have the aura? Do you have that energy of a guy who can fight? I mean, there's a bunch. I mean, Max Holloway looks like a fucking, doesn't look like an intimidating guy, but he just pieced up Gaethje last night, right?
yeah.
Right. So Gaethje looks like a fucking high school math teacher because he is, right? But he's a badass motherfucker, right? So if you look at these motherfuckers, they don't look scary, right? But if you look at Alex Pereira, yeah, the guy looks like a fucking Terminator, right? So certain people have the look, but if you don't have the look, then you have to have the energy, right? So the energy is mostly shown through your behavior. So like kind of a kind of stoic face, kind of a like dead eyes, kind of empty eyes, kind of a serious look on your face and serious energy. If you can incorporate that just a little bit, when you see guys who are around, put on the mask a little bit. If it's just girls, you don't need to. Don't worry about if you look young. That's just in your head. It's dumb. But if there's guys around and they start trying to act like intimidating, that's when you have to put on the mask because you have to scare off predators. Does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense, actually.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, I gotta tell you, man, I really like the texting book. Like,
Yeah.
I got it when you were just giving it out, but I kind of regret not paying you for it because it really paid off a lot.
Well, did you leave a review on Amazon like I asked?
I did not get a chance because I've been
Well,
piecing it. I'm not like a read it all at the one time, and I
well,
recently finished it.
well, okay, there you go. Then take 15, 20 minutes, go on Amazon and leave me a review. You don't have to pay me. Just a review is fine.
All right.
All right, there we go. That's perfect. It's all because I gave away like I checked how many downloads when I gave it for free. It was like 50 or 40 something downloads, and I was like, all right, how many reviews am I gonna get? And I only got like like 4 or 5. I mean, I have 7, but they're from some other people that I know. I only had like 4 from people who got it for free. So, go. I
Wow.
mean, I mean, I get it. People forget. People maybe didn't finish it, but the deal
It's funny though.
was, huh?
Your content is pretty good, like this and the day game stuff. I didn't get the day game, but I have had a friend who had it and did really good with it.
Oh, he got Meet Girls Everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Good, 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 good. Yeah. I mean, hell yeah. I mean, if you want to get it, it's on my website. But the book, don't worry about paying me for it. Just the review is fine.
All right. Yeah, I definitely could do that for you, man.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I'm at an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off. But good talking to you, man.
Good talking to you too, man.
All right,
Take it
buddy.
easy, all right?
You too. Ciao, ciao. All right. Future, can you do pro and cons of multiple girlfriends? I can't really advise that anymore. Like morally. If you're just casually fucking chicks, that's one thing. But once you agree to a relationship, unfortunately, I think you just gotta fucking, I've done the multiple girlfriends thing or something similar, like one-sided monogamy where like she's only with me, but I can fuck other girls. And then at one point I did almost pick up a second girlfriend, but then I decided not to at the end because she was, just starting drama. And I was like, it's going to be more trouble than it's worth. Although I did feel like a pimp having 2 fucking 10s, as a girlfriend. But, it's just morally, I don't know if I could advise it anymore. It's just, it causes too much pain for the girl. Like on some level, the girls do like it. Like their pussy gets fucking dripping wet for like a guy who's just like smashing all this pussy. But, I don't know if I can, if I can in good conscience endorse it. But if you're just casually fucking them and there's no promise of monogamy, then that's another thing altogether. So yeah. Alrighty, boys. Wish you the best of luck. Maybe I'll make another schedule for a stream, so keep an eye out. And as always, sign up for coaching. Send me a DM on Instagram, Real Hector Castillo. I'm gonna be raising my prices at the end of the month, so if you're interested in coaching, go ahead and sign up. But if you want my texting book, it's on Amazon. It's in the description. If you want my day game course, it's in the description. So yeah, buy my shit. Texting book, day game course, and coaching. Coaching pricing is going to increase at the end of the month. So if you want to get on the old pricing, shoot me a DM right away. You got about 2 weeks. All right. I'll see you guys